Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about the 5 lessons that I learned from Product Management Festival 2021. Stay tuned for more. So the first real lesson for me from Product Management Festival was from Matt Henderson, who is the business and product lead for Stripe EMEA, which means all of Europe, Asia, and I don't know, maybe some other Middle East in Asia. And real lesson was the importance of betting on something big in your career. So Matt told us all about all the mistakes, all the things he had gotten wrong in his career. Yet he's been super successful. And I asked him later a question in the Q&A that Matt, look, you have gotten many things wrong, but you've done really well. What did you do right? And his answer was super insightful. So he told us the story of his manager. I think it was at Amazon. And Matt was complaining to the manager that, hey, if you look at my graduating MBA class, everyone's making $10,000 more than me. This was a little while ago, so $10,000 is probably like $20,000, $30,000 today. And his manager was like, are you focused on the right things? What you should be focused on is increasing the probability that you'll be in a position where you're making millions of dollars a year. Whatever you can do to increase that probability by being at the right company, right product, that's really what you should optimize for, and not about what role did you get, how much money you're making right now. I mean, who's going to care about this $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 when, for example, he's leading Stripe's product and business for EMEA. I mean, that's a huge position. I'm sure he's doing really well. And so that really was the thing that, could you be in the kinds of roles and bet on the kind of trends that will take you far and help you really succeed as a leader and set you up for that long-term career success. So that was the lesson on optimizing for betting big and increasing the probability that you'll be making millions of dollars every year in the future. Okay, so the next lesson was from Vivian Sung, who is VP of Product at Bumble. And it was all about product managers as change makers, people who drive change. And she drew this 2x2 matrix. And by the way, I love 2x2 matrices, being a former consultant, where she emphasized 2 things. So on the y-axis, she talked about agency mindset. Agency mindset is what maybe some people refer to as extreme ownership. This is the mindset, the psychology that you as a product manager, you are capable of driving major change in the company, right? It's not that you're gonna take things as given, but you're the person who is actually going to make change happen. You're gonna make the company do what it needs to do, whether it's build product management capabilities, whether it's customer focused thinking, whether it's building the right products. You have both the responsibility and the ability to influence that. So that's the first thing, having agency mindset. Either you have it or you don't. And I mean, frankly speaking, there's variation. Like some people have extreme agency mindset and others maybe less so. So that's the first part. But on the x-axis, all these changes that you drive, they all come with one thing that people are terrified of, that they do whatever they can to avoid. And I've seen that in my career, my time as a coach, they're avoiding this one thing. And you know what that one thing is? It's difficult conversations. Difficult because they have high stakes. The outcome of these conversations really matters, and there's emotion involved. There's conflicting opinions, and conflicting agendas, and everyone has certain thoughts, and so there is a lot of emotion involved here, a lot of emotion involved, and I've seen product managers shy away from them. And on the other hand, I've seen some product managers do really well because they both are willing to step in, but also they're willing to have the mindset, or not really the mindset, the skill to tackle these difficult conversations. So only when you are both skilled at those difficult conversations and you have an agency mindset, that is where you become a change maker. Both of these are absolutely crucial for you to be able to do well here. So agency mindset and difficult conversations. And I might get some of these wrong, but Vivian also called all these people something. So somebody who has the ability to do difficult conversations, but not a strong agency mindset, that will become a frustrated genius. Where yes, you have the ability, but you don't yet have the mindset to be successful. And then she called some other people, something else. I don't remember these other boxes, but the intersection of agency mindset and difficult conversations is what makes for a change maker. And these are the PMs that both contribute a lot for their organization, but they also do extraordinarily well in their career. Okay, lesson number 3 is all about the importance of your manager in your career. And this is something that I see people get wrong over and over and over again. The number one thing related to your career that's going to determine your success, your happiness, is the quality of your manager. And here is one way to analyze the kind of manager that you have. I'm going to use another 2x2 matrix because, hey, I just love them. So number one is your manager's product management skills. Are they a good product manager, a good strategist? Somebody who's great, somebody who's not so great. And the other one is, are they a good people manager or not? Which means, are they able to help you create a good career plan, coach you through it, help you figure out what you need to demonstrate to get promoted? Do they care about the people that report to them or not? All those things that go into that. Ideally, you want these people. You want these unicorns who are able to do both, and the willingness to do both. But you don't always get that. So you might get somebody who's a great product manager, but not a people manager. Typically, this person is what we call a reluctant manager. What that means is they would rather just be awesome in product management, most probably, because what I've seen is people management, it's more than anything a matter of intention and being willing to learn the skills. The skills are absolutely learnable, no doubt about that. So there's reluctant managers. There are problem managers, basically, like sort of people who you don't want at all, who are not great product leaders and not great product managers. And last but not least, there's people who are great people managers, just not great product leaders. And sometimes they tend to be what I call lost in translation, where they typically got to leading product and leading a team of PMs because they were good at something else. But you find that they don't have the right strategy at that group level. And so they often get lost. And, for all of these approaches, there's, one of the things I spend a lot of time coaching my clients on is how do you deal with different kinds of managers and what's a good plan of working with a manager? What does that look like? But fundamentally, what it came down to was optimizing your career and your search, and having the right kind of manager as a very important thing that you consider when you take the next job, and to do your due diligence, your reverse interviewing to make sure you get that. You don't mess that up. That was one thing that came out over and over again as I had conversations with people at Product Management Festival. Number 4 for me was all about the gaps that come, the things that block people's careers. One of the things that I found often was not being part of a product-led company. That is one that is a blocker for almost everyone. And the reason is that what's happening is that if you're not in a company that has the product mindset, then you are fighting against the grain. You are consistently trying to shout and say, hey, we should pay attention to the market. We should run this sort of research. We should do this, we should do that. You're going to all these conferences, you're learning, you're trying to become that amazing product managers, you're investing in your skill sets, you're doing whatever it takes. But at the end of the day, what might be happening is that you're doing all that, but your stakeholders are often telling you, this is what I need from you, go deliver it. They're trying to push you back into that execution piece. And you don't have the ability to go build that product strategy, vision, and whatnot. So this is where I found that a lot of people, they've done really well because they have been in companies that supported that product-led mindset. Now, I'm going to add some caveats here because this is one that you can use an excuse as a crutch that, hey, my company, people don't understand, things don't work. So, fuck it. I'm not going to work here. My career is not going to go here. That's the reason why I'm not doing well. My stakeholders suck, all these things. So this is not always true because I've seen people come in and show that value and the benefit to their stakeholders by the company taking on that product-led approach and be able to change things and move things and ultimately succeed and help the company succeed and themselves they succeed. So, that's the thing that you have to be careful of because there is a tendency to take a victim mindset and to blame the stakeholders and to not really progress in your career because you took that approach. But for many people who have been trying, they have gotten blocked. It's like they are working in the wrong kind of environment. So for them to move to the right kind of environment so that they can build the right skills, so that they can gain credibility as a product leader and then use that to influence others, even in product-led environment, that has worked out well. So this is where, it's going to be crucial because when you're moving from a non-product-led environment to product-led environment, the thing that people worry about is why would these people pick me? Why would a Google pick me to become a product manager? Because I've never worked in that kind of environment before, so what gives? And that's where I would say, you can make it by demonstrating how you improved things where you were. But also this is where, I'll just be honest, work with us. Work with Intentional Product Manager. Through the Intentional Job Search program, we've helped people land from all sorts of different roles to Amazon, a Google, a Facebook, and smaller companies that were product-led. One of my clients went to a startup where it's an ex-Google leader that's been hired. Certainly, they're moving the company forward, and they're right at the place where it's going to grow and become big. So let us help you on this front and helping you land in the product-led environment, because that's where really you build up your skill sets and you start to truly succeed at a level that you weren't before. Lesson number 5. Not really a lesson, but more a reflection. It's all about meeting people in person. So Switzerland, amazing country. There you can show your COVID certificate and you can go to a restaurant, you can go to a conference without masks. And about 70% of people at Product Management Festival were not wearing a mask and 30% were. But we were able to get 500 people or so into this conference and have these talks and have these conversations, and it was just so much fun. And during this time I also luckily met all these people for dinner, including a bunch of Google PMs, including 2 coaches that work with me, including Gabor, who's one of the people who has been part of the program, is joining Google soon. It just was an amazing experience. So there, I just want to say I'm so excited about more conferences like this where we get to see each other in person, and hopefully I'll get to see you in person sometime in a conference like Product Management Festival. Now you have a choice. You can take all these lessons that are shared from Product Management Festival and well, forget about them, or maybe you'll remember some of them. But if you truly want to embody them, like not just learn about them but be them, then I invite you to a conversation with me. So I'll leave a link here where you can set up a breakthrough session with either me or my team. And what we're going to help you do in the session is to gain clarity, is to figure out exactly what's not working in your career, exactly what you want to happen, and help you build a step-by-step plan to go from point A to point B. And listen, some of you will be able to help in the journey. And in that case, we'll tell you exactly how. And for other people, we won't. We'll say, here's your plan, but we can't help with that. Go do it, and maybe at a later point, we'll engage. Either way, we're committed to helping you get to the outcome, which is clarity and your step-by-step plan. So use the link intentionalproductmanager.com/apply. I'll leave it below, and I look forward to speaking with you very, very soon.